Hey everybody, this is Peter B. And I am doing a video response for Scott at Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosity. I enjoy watching his channel, and so I figured I should also do a VR for him to support his channel. He wanted to know a story about yourself with a Major League Baseball player. And I've been to a lot of card shows. Been to the 3000 Hit Club show in Atlantic City and the 300 Win show in Atlantic City and a bunch of other card shows that had players signing. But it was pretty much hi, maybe shake their hand, and thank you. And that's about all I got out of them. There's one time I went to a card show. I brought my wife. We were going to go out to dinner afterwards to a card show in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. And they were celebrating the Baltimore Orioles 4 20-game winners. And this was sometime after Ken Burns' baseball came out. I forget the exact date, but sometime after that. And you would go in, buy your tickets. And when it was your turn, you went into a room, and all 4 of them were lined up. And you would just go down the line, depending if you bought tickets for the player, and just have them sign. So I had them sign a baseball, because in those days you didn't sign your baseball cards. That was a big no-no. You signed baseballs or photos or other things. So I got the 4 20-game winners. I believe it was 1972. 71 or 72. I should have looked it up. But I got Jim Palmer. He is on the sweet spot. And he was 20-9 that year. And I got Pat Dobson. He was 20-8. And I got Dave McNally. He was 21-5. And I got Pat Dobson. He was 20-8. I think I got them all. Oh, Mike Cuellar, sorry. Mike Cuellar is down here. He's 22-9 or 20-9. So that was cool, having all 4 of them sign the ball. And of course, Jim Palmer on the sweet spot. But that's not the story I'm going to tell you, because that was a hello. I forgot whether I shook their hand or not, and a thank you out of all 4 of them. Story I'm going to tell you is that while I was in the room where you go to get your autographs, my wife was hanging out front. When you first come in the door, there was a table. You bought your tickets, your entry to get into the show, and then the dealer that was putting on the show had his table where you would buy things. And it was actually a 5th signer, and you didn't even have to buy a ticket for this person. And she was up there, the 20 minutes I was in the room, she was up there sitting with this 5th signer, talking to him the whole time. And they didn't really announce he was there much or anything. And so that whole time, no one even came to get his autograph. But she had a grand old time talking to the guy. He was telling her stories, and a real nice guy. After 20 minutes, I get out of the room with the 4 Orioles. I went to look for her, and I found her sitting up front, talking to the 5th signer. So I had a baseball, and I had him sign it. And I sat down and spoke to him for about 10 minutes before someone else realized there was another signer, and they came up, and I figured I shouldn't be taking his time, and so he said goodbye and went away. But this man was the nicest man. Now remember, I told you this came shortly after the Ken Burns videos. And that person was Buck O'Neill. He was such a fantastic guy. I don't know what he was telling my wife, but I talked to him about the Negro Leagues, and I talked about him making Ken Burns baseball, And I said he did a fabulous job. In my opinion, he was the highlight of the whole series. He was a fantastic guy. Sweet, soft voice. Just a fantastic guy. And although he passed before he got into Hall of Fame, I'm glad he did get into Hall of Fame because I think he deserves it. So that's my story. The time I spent 10 minutes and my wife spent 30 minutes, 20 without me and 10 with me, talking to famous baseball player Buck O'Neil. Thank you, everybody.